Hi everyone, this is Alecha Man here, bringing you another story. Well, today I have one story, but it's part one of part two. So just keep updated. This will be the first one. You should see the second part probably about this Sunday. Well, without further ado, I bring you If You Get a Phone Call from Baba Smart, Hang Up, part one. If you're looking for a paranormal phenomenon, look elsewhere. There is not a thick veil covering my eyes that makes me oblivious to supernatural forces influencing our world. In fact, I wish the story could have been solved with a quick phone call to a Catholic priest and a sprinkle of holy water on everything that I have ever loved. But as you age, you realize that demons are not always entities that possess your mind and body. Sometimes they exist at a microscopic level, encoded in the genetic information in every nucleus of every individual cell of your body. Sometimes, out of shits and giggles to Mother Nature, we are destined to be our own demons. Hello? A curious female answered the phone line. Good evening, ma'am. I began to recite my whole opening while mindlessly scribbling on a yellow notepad. My name is David, and I am calling to invite you to join E-Vision Cable Services for... She hung up. Yes, I am aware that I can be perceived as one of those demonic entities. I am one of the worst kind of human beings in existence after all, a telemarketer. What a shame that a 23-year-old master's degree in biology did not land me any sort of professional job in my lonely town of Springfield in the Midwest of the United States. My father, who was a medical research for a top secret agency, one that, to this day, I don't know the name or real location of, passed away about 3 months ago in a pretty serious accident. My mother was diagnosed with cancer when I was 8 years old, and just a week shy of turning double digits, she went peacefully in her sleep. After her death, my father dedicated his 3 PhDs and healthy sleeping habits to defeat the monstrous cancer that had defeated his wife. Not long before his death, he told me that he thought he had found the weapon that would put the beast to rest. Unfortunately, that semi put him to rest before he could publish his discovery and leave his footprint in the cement of history and science. You would think, being so young and with an enormous debt owed to the Ohio State University, a shitty part-time telemarketing job would not suffice in this economy, especially for a young adult with no immediate family within 400 miles. In a normal scenario, you would probably be right. Though, my father and I lived somewhat middle-class style life, he was making bank at his top secret job. I never knew exactly how much bank until I got an inheritance check. $2 million. Boom. Just like that. As quickly as the frame of that semi shattered my father's skull, I, David Elia Lawson, had $2 million in my name. Word spread like wildfire in our little town, and I definitely did not want anyone being friendly to me only because of my newfound personal wealth. Instead, I called up every news station and lied. I told them that I anonymously donated every penny of my inheritance to cancer research, just as my father would have truly wanted. Mostly everyone in town knew I did not make so much money, so they assumed that my newly graduated college student with a massive pile of student loans to pay off. Naturally, my situation became worse. An elderly woman started a GoFundMe account to help pay off the student debt, and now I have a big fat check donated to me every month from the locals. I only keep this telemarketing job and live in my family home to play along with the act. I'm sure if there's a God up above, some kind of laser is coming out of his fingertips while he zaps an extra hotspot in hell for me. Or maybe I already am in hell, and every unfortunate event in this story is a personification of hellfire. Either way, we are our own demons, right? David, guess who? A pair of soft hands shooed away at my thoughts as they covered my eyes. Ah, Katie. I couldn't help but grin. Come on, I have about 5 more phone numbers on my list that I need to call before I can go home. The phone isn't even in your hand, Lawson. She freed my vision and I danced her thin little body to my side. Her beach blonde hair always smelled like strawberries. I assumed that the regulars at Hooters, her weekend job, enjoyed her as much as I did. Touché. I jokingly rolled my eyes and picked up the corded phone in front of me. It'll only take about 10 minutes to finish, and if it continues going the way they have been today, I think my record time speaking before a hang-up was before about 15 seconds. Katie giggled and danced her beautiful frame away from my cubicle. I don't think you'll have any trouble with that. Katie Kozlowski, a half-Russian queen. She has a reputation of being friendly to a lot of the decent looking guys in town, and surprisingly, I was no exception. Though, being a major flirt, I heard that she's reserved and on high guard, and that it is what I found the most attractive about her. She's a good little Christian girl, a Hooters girl. She's a walking paradox. Oh, and a scholar. Both of her parents are well known psychiatrists in our little town, and I heard she was following in their footsteps. Hello? A thick accent echoed through the line. I nearly forgot about the phone. It was pressed into my ear. Katie on the rain, you know? Hi, ma'am? I began. No, the woman interrupted. Call me Baba Smart. Baba Smart. Hi, my name is David. I stuttered. I thought I dealt with foreigners well, but her voice strained the life out of me. And you want to sell me a television package? She hissed. You're the third one today, David. Baba Smart is busy, but I do you a favor, David. Do me a favor? This is so weird. No, ma'am. I'm sorry for bothering you, and I apologize that you have had other phone calls from our base today. I will let a supervisor know that there were duplicates of the... They are plotting against you, David, she interrupted. David Lawson. How did she know my last name? I glanced at the area code of her phone number, 760. It wasn't one that I'd ever seen before, so she couldn't have been a local who recognized my voice. I think you're mistaking me for someone else, I insisted. No, this is David Lawson, Baba Smart continued. My superiors are plotting against you. You and I are the same. We need each other. Do not trust anybody, and keep lying about your life. You have 120 seconds to get out of your car. My jaw hit the ground, and I glanced around the room. Steve, the old perverted man, was 3 cubicles away from me, was I fucking the other blonde, Jennifer, who stood in the middle of the aisle texting an essay through on her phone, probably arguing with her ex-husband. Luna, the sweet Oriental girl, was hard at work about 6 cubicles over, while, wait for it, scarfing down a huge bowl of white rice. My eyes scanned for Katie, but she was nowhere to be seen. I figured that she was on her way out the door when she visited me at my cubicle. My surrounding area did not seem threatening. Everything seemed pretty normal for an average Thursday, but for some reason, I mindlessly stood up out of my chair, grabbed my keys, and power walked out the door. Fuck the other 4 numbers on my phone list. I will deal with them tomorrow. I sprinted through the short parking lot into the driver's seat of my 2016 Mustang. As soon as I closed my door, I heard it. Gunshots, screams, pleading. I hauled ass out of the parking lot, catching a glimpse of the scene inside through the large windows. A tiny body holding a fucking machine gun with long blonde hair headed towards my cubicle. God damn it, I've always hated you, Jennifer, you fucking cum bucket. Fortunately, the short path from my workplace and the police station barely had any other vehicles on the road. I was able to nearly floor the accelerator without having the same fate as my father. I didn't even bother parking in between the white lines drawn into the small parking lot of the police station. My tires squealed when my foot pounded on the brake pedal, and my engine gave out one last roar when I threw it in the park. I bolted out of my car and flung myself through the glass door and saw one other person beside the African-American lady working at the reception desk. Katie. She slowly turned her head in my direction, and her eyes held mine for what felt like an eternity. Her watered-down mascara painted thick raccoon circles around both her electric blue eyes. I slowly made my way next to her to request a witness form to make my police report. She followed close behind me to the bench at the other end of the lobby. You're alive too? She whispered as she slowly and gracefully sat next to me on the 2-person bench. I thought I was the only one who survived. Katie, I said slowly, before I left, I looked for you. I thought you had left. No, she murmured. I was behind Luna when the man started shooting. I thought it was Jennifer, I interrupted. I saw her holding the machine gun and scooping out the place. I don't think your memory is reliable if you think that I left. I was right behind Luna, and the man with the gun came from... She paused. Came walking from the direction of your cubicle. Katie, I know what I saw. There was no strange man. You weren't in the building, and Jennifer was shooting up the place. My voice was like thunder, and the African-American woman at the front desk started to glare. We're going to have 2 very conflicting witness reports then, Katie hissed. There's something strange going on that I left out, and I think you should know about it. There's something strange going on. I echoed, recalling my conversation with Baba Smurf. Katie, I don't even know what to report to the police. I called this woman before the incident, Baba Smurf, and it's all Katie pulled out her iPhone and stuck it to my ear. Listen. It was a voice message from a restricted number. The woman on the other end sounded dreadfully familiar. Uh, Hello, Katie. Kozlowski. Greetings from Papa Smurf, it began. I am so sorry to tell you about your friend David. Me and you are the same. I help you. Leave your job building by 5:07 Eastern Time or die. Stay away from David. He's bad. I good. He will stab you 12 times in the stomach. Do not trust him. Be careful who you trust. You will have till Sunday to kill or be killed. End of message. My heart fell into my stomach. I would never hurt you, Katie, I began. Baba Smurf told me to leave the building before the shooting began. Whoever she is, she has to be behind this. And she sounds Russian. No, Katie interjected. Babushka is Russian. She's probably some Eastern European. There is no word for smart in Russian. She trailed off. But that doesn't matter. I just don't know what to do. David Lawson, the African American woman at the desk, spoke loudly. Officer Miller wants to speak with you. In the back to take your verbal statement. Katie gave me a nervous glance, and I grabbed her phone and gave it a comforting squeeze. We will report Baba Smurf to the police, and this will go away. Holy shit. Was I wrong? Well, guys, that was the end of the part 1. Tune in for part 2. It should be up maybe around Sunday. I'm gonna be posting this one as soon as I can, and I mean you'll see it. But thank you guys, for all the subscriptions. I'm trying to grow this channel, so give me a shout out around there, to your friends and family, anybody who enjoys stories like these. Thank you guys again, and Let Your Man signing off.